This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we serve up some leftovers on this Black Friday and talk about the history of some Thanksgiving foods. Welcome to another special holiday edition of FYI. I'm Ken Cara. Today is Black Friday, the day retailers look forward to help keep their sales out of the red and into the black. And while you may think clothing and electronics, you can also get some great deals in other places as well, like our grocery store. Our Janine Mazurkevich has some great ideas for your holiday gift list.
Well, we are all looking for those Black Friday specials, and we have to think about specials when we're buying food and preparing for the holiday. We're here at Giant in downtown Hazleton with Janine Walczyk, and she is telling us about some of the great deals that you have here right at Giant, right?
Yes, we do. We have a lot of great deals. We're excited about the holidays coming and being able to offer you everything from holiday gift giving to holiday parties, home parties, office parties, and also your own holiday feasts.
Now, Giant has been in the community for quite a long time. You are certainly a staple here.
Yes, we are. We're here for over 20 plus years. Love this community. We welcome the community in for our open house, as we are having this evening. And again, we're part of the community. The community supports us all year, Janine, so we also want to do something and give back to support the community.
All right. Talk about some of the specials that you have for Black Friday when it comes to your produce. I see that we have wrapping paper and the bows and all of that, the trimming.
Absolutely. We will be having specials at Giant on Black Friday. Santa is not allowing me to say yet today, so you have to come into the store and find out what they are. They will be in our circulars advertised, so please do stop in today and visit with us. After you're hitting the malls or whatever, and even just for some snacks for your holiday or while you're gift wrapping and after your holiday shopping.
You have some games that I see that are going to be for sale, and they also benefit the community?
Yes, they do. We are again this year carrying the Hazletonopoly, which is a benefit to the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce. We are also doing some benefits for the children, collecting toys for tots, collecting some children's gifts for our Breakfast with Santa at the Hazleton Integration Project. So a lot of things to benefit the community, indeed.
All right. Well, we want people to shop local. We are encouraging here at SSPTV that you shop local, buy local this holiday season. And Giant, as I said, has been in the community for 20 plus years.
Yes, indeed. Again, we are very happy to be here, very happy to be a part of this community, and we welcome all of you in for the holidays. Make it a Giant holiday and let Giant help you.
All right, well, thank you for joining us again. Stop by Giant Foods right here in downtown Hazleton. We'll go back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Janine. Here's an FYI. I love to make Thanksgiving sandwiches with all the leftovers. If I made one after the first Thanksgiving, the ingredients would be a lot different. I mean a lot, to the point where I don't think I would eat the Thanksgiving sandwich. Let's learn more about Thanksgiving history.
What's your favorite part of Thanksgiving?
Turkey.
Turkey? Is that your favorite food?
I do like mashed potatoes and stuffing.
What's your favorite part of Thanksgiving?
Eating.
Eating? You're also a turkey person? You're a stuffing person? What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Raviolis.
You guys Italian family, or who makes the ravioli?
My aunt.
Was turkey served at the first Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Stuffing served at the first Thanksgiving?
Don't know.
What's your favorite food, though?
Turkeys, mashed potato, corn, and some other stuff.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Chicken, mashed potatoes.
You go up my grandma's house and she makes turkey for everyone.
What's your favorite part of the meal?
The turkey.
Well, we go over to my nan's house. She makes chicken and corn and mashed potatoes, and that's in stuffing.
What do you eat?
All of it.
My favorite part about Thanksgiving is the leftovers, and thank you for coming back for a second serving. We had the kids from Holy Family Academy once again helping us out, and here once again joining us is Dr. Justin Nordstrom, an associate professor of history at Penn State Hazleton. And Dr. Nordstrom, you're food historian, so I mean this is something that you really look into this area. What was served at the first Thanksgiving?
Well, we don't know if turkey was served or not. That's kind of a question mark. To celebrate this feast, the governor of Massachusetts, William Bradford, he sent people out to go hunting for waterfowl. And it is possible that they came back with wild turkeys, but more than likely they came back with ducks and geese. We also know that a hunting party went out and came back with 5 deer, so venison was on the menu. And beyond that, we're not quite sure. The Thanksgiving feast celebrates the first harvest of New World crops, so it's likely that squash and beans and corn were served as vegetables. Some of the foods that were served would have sounded unusual to us. The pilgrims tried to survive by eating the local seafood of New England, even though they really didn't like it. Some of the things that we see as delicacies were likely served on the menu, things like oysters, eels, or lobster. The idea of lobster at the Thanksgiving menu doesn't sound typical, but what's strange is the pilgrims did not like eating these foods at all. Things that we consider delicacies, they really turned their nose up at them. But it's likely that these foods, which were abundant and local, were also served at their Thanksgiving table, along with maybe some other local seafood like bass or codfish.
I could get on board with lobster for Thanksgiving. Now, how has the meal changed over the years? And we just, maybe even in different regions. We heard ravioli being served here in the Hazelton.
Right. Yeah. I actually think the most interesting change that happens has to do with turkey itself. The centerpiece of most Thanksgiving meals is turkey, but before the 20th century, it wasn't typical to serve turkey on every Thanksgiving table. It was more of a northeastern thing. What changes that is World War II. The U.S. Army served turkey on Thanksgiving Day to soldiers, and when hundreds of thousands of Americans are mobilized for World War II, soldiers get used to eating turkey on Thanksgiving Day, and so at the end of the war in 1945, when the soldiers went back to their homes throughout the country, they got used to having turkey, and so what was once more of a regional thing becomes spread throughout the country, again in some kind of unexpected ways, and this tells us an important thing about Thanksgiving itself. It says that what we assume to be tradition is sometimes more of a recent invention.
I love seafood, but lobster eel sandwiches, I'm not having that. Well, if you're heading out on Monday to hunt, there's more state land out there for you to work with this year. The new land is for you to take advantage of if you take advantage of additional road access in 18 of the 20 state forest districts. 90% of state forest land is within 1/2 mile of an open road now, and you can view a new interactive map on the state forest lands at the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources website. We also have a link to the map on our Facebook page. Coming up next on FYI, we give you some holiday shopping ideas, and in sports, we wrap up our 3-part interview with Russ Kanzler from the Philadelphia Phillies organization.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazelton Standard Speaker.
I actually got married on Black Friday, so happy anniversary to my wife, 3 years, and I'm still sorry to all of our friends who had shopping plans. I wonder how many of our viewers are wedding shopping or wedding planning on this Black Friday, and as she does every Friday, Janine Mazurkevich is here with some important information for all brides-to-be.
Well, as you can see, the progress is going along here at Sand Springs. If you hear the name Gardens at Sand Springs, it's the newest phase here. It's all outside, and we're back with Stacy. We've been telling you about all this progression. They also have updates on their Facebook page. And thanks for having us back. This is exciting for anyone looking to book not only weddings, but any, especially then if it's a baby shower, a birthday party, any kind of function, you can now have that not only inside, but we're looking to book outside for 2015 and so on, right?
Right. We're so excited about the space that we have here. Underneath the pavilion is so nice. We have ceiling fans. We will have heaters out here. So no matter what the weather's like, it can be controlled underneath. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful view. If you look around, everywhere around here is gorgeous. And while they're transforming this into the gardens at Sand Springs, they're going to be adding to that landscaping to make it even more beautiful.
Now you have a new bar, which is nice, and you have a fire pit coming. Mm-hmm. So you can enjoy that throughout the rest of, November, December. Hopefully if the weather, stays with us, that it's, above average temperatures, you can enjoy this even longer. But this is going to be here, obviously, for eternity. So we want you to be able to come down and see the space. space, either during these months or in the spring and summer, and see if this location fits your needs, not only inside but now outside. The space is really nice. As you said, you have a lot of flexibility to do what you want to do, to make your function special and unique for you and your occasion.
Right. No matter what you do down here, you can turn this into a unique setting. We have an area for, say, for a wedding with the cocktail hour, with the bar. We have a spot for on-site ceremonies. And if it's just a regular event, you could have that down here too. A graduation party, birthday party, family reunion.
Right.
The nice thing about the pavilion is that you can put tables underneath it so that your guests are in the shade, they can relax. But with the garden setting, if they would like to step into the sun and have a seat, they can do so. We'll have the benches out there, the fire pit will be there, rose bushes. It'll really be a peaceful setting for your guests.
I know some of you have been asking me, especially on my Facebook page, what about that package, the snowflake package? It's called January, February, and March exclusively. Sand Springs is having a phenomenal deal where it's 4 hours of open bar. You get your appetizers, you get your main course, you get your dessert, your cake is even included, right? For one bundle package. I know you got married in March yourself, right?
I did. March weddings, I definitely recommend them anytime. January, February, March for 2015 and 2016, this package is going for. There's dates that are filling up. We still have some open, so definitely call while the dates are still available.
All right, so join us again every Friday on FYI. We're here highlighting all of the progression at Sand Springs.
Today is the official start of the holiday shopping season, and one dilemma for many shoppers is how to entertain the kids while mom gets gifts for family and friends. Our Janine Mazurkevich has the solution.
All right, so you want to go shopping on Black Friday around the holidays and you have nowhere to take the kids. Well, now you have somewhere to take the kids. We're at the Equestrian Center here in Eagle Rock Resort, and I'm with the owners, and I'm also with a rider and her mom, and we're going to talk about what you can do to get that extra time that you need to go shopping alone. So thanks for having us, Joey.
Well, thanks so much for being here, Janine.
All right, so what are we doing here?
What we're offering is every Saturday, the first 3 Saturdays of December, is an opportunity for kids to come out and ride and have a horse experience from 12 to 4. Like I said, those first 3 Saturdays in December. Come out and learn all kinds of things about horses and get to ride and have that experience while mom gets to go shop.
For people who are not familiar with the Equestrian Center here at Eagle Rock, explain it to them.
What we do here at Eagle Rock, we like to provide a whole horse experience. Of course, there's opportunities for young kids to come out and do pony rides for kids that have never ridden. We also do trail rides through the trails, through the woods. We're also doing them through the winter as well, as long as the weather permits. Trail rides through the woods. We do pony parties for kids that want to do birthday parties. In fact, I think one of our riders over there had a birthday party with the horses that she really enjoyed.
And we're going to speak to her in just a minute, but Joanna, your experience is extensive when it comes with dealing with children and horses.
Right.
And talk about that.
What we're going to be doing is we're going to be not only just riding horses for the 4 hours that they're going to be here. We are going to teach them how to groom horses and how to feed them, how to handle them. We're going to teach them the parts of the horses and the parts of the saddles, the parts of the bridles and stuff like that. And then they're also going to get some riding lessons and stuff like that while they're here. And we're going to have a snack. We're going to have hot cocoa, probably muffins or something like that for in the middle to give them a little break.
Kid appropriate, right? And how did you come up with this idea?
Well, actually, it was my wife's idea.
Of course it was. Every good idea is the wife's idea.
And obviously, anything that goes that can support the community and kids have fun with horses, that's my goal, a horse experience.
And we have a little rider with us. Her name is Mary, and she has quite a personality. And Mary, what do you like about riding horses?
That they're beautiful and strong, and I ride them so I can communicate with them.
And how do you communicate with them?
By talking to them.
Okay, by talking to them. And how old are you?
6.
Okay. And how long have you been riding?
A couple days, weeks or something.
Okay. And what do you like most about it?
That my horse is strong and beautiful, and I learn how to communicate with them by riding them.
Very nice. And this horse behind us, this is Storm. I actually rode Storm. Did you have a chance to ride Storm?
Mhm.
Okay, so you could actually ride by yourself.
Mhm.
And look at her gear. She's all dressed from head to toe. Renee, her mom, did an excellent job, and I believe this was also part of your Halloween costume, wasn't it?
Mhm. And I also have a real rider's jacket.
Very good. Well, you look good. I guess you're going to come here and do the camp, aren't you?
Mhm.
Okay. So, what does Mom think about the Equestrian Center?
We love it here. We love it here. You know, it's what I think is so nice about the way they structure the program here is that it is a full experience. Just, you know, like Mr. Joey had said, it's not just about riding. They learn how to groom the horses and they learn how to care for them. So that to me is important. If she's going to learn about horses, I want her to have the whole experience.
Okay, and I guess, are we asking Santa for some kind of horse for Christmas? Am I allowed to say that?
Yes.
Thanks for that.
Well, if you can't get your own horse for Christmas, you could certainly bring the kids down here. Again, it's going to be the Saturdays in December. First 3 Saturdays in December. And you can register by how?
Call the Activity Center
Okay.
at Eagle Rock.
Okay, so call the Activity Center here at Eagle Rock. Check out Eagle Rock's Facebook page, and I believe the Equestrian Center also has a Facebook page as well. Thank you, Mary, and we're going to let you ride a little bit now, okay? Thanks for joining us. Did you have fun?
Mhm.
All right, and we'll send it back to you in the studio.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Here's the final part of Russ Kanzler from the Philadelphia Phillies organization, his conversation with myself and the sports editor of the Standard Speaker, Dave Seaman. Here Kanzler talks about his strong faith. Because that's one of my questions. You always talk about your faith in that. Were you always a faithful guy from when you were little? Did that develop as you got older? If you don't mind, I mean, it's more of a, but you always
it's a good
allude to
question.
it, so.
No, it's a good question. And like I said, it is the foundation of my life. You know, obviously my family taught me about God and about Jesus, and I think just like everybody, I got away from it at a certain age when I was younger and when I was a young man. And then I had to do a good hard look in the mirror and realize, you know, what am I living for? Am I living for myself? Am I living for my dreams and my goals and everything that I wanted? Because honestly, at the end of the night, if you're just living for yourself, it's kind of an empty feeling. And I almost hit I guess you can call it a spiritual rock bottom a few years back in my playing days, because I wasn't the best person to be around. If I had a great game, I was a great guy to be around. But if I had a bad game, I was a bad son to my mom and dad. You know, I was a bad teammate. I was a bad friend. I was just a bad family member because all my happiness weighed upon how I did in baseball. So you see where that could kind of be a trap, especially how hard baseball is. So, you know, it took me a while. It took a few ups and downs to realize that, you know, there's always going to be that constant in your faith, that no matter what, good or bad, I know that God's with me. I know that God loves me, and He's shown that, you know, every time throughout my career.
Is there a singular moment when that light bulb goes off, when that faith light bulb goes off, and does it give you perspective as you look toward, you know, the middle, toward the end of your baseball career?
Well, I'll say this. I'll say, you know, in baseball, it's kind of frowned upon to be a man of faith. You know, I think there's that idea that you have to constantly have your guard up, where you're emotionless, you're tough, you're confident, and there's really not a lot of room for God in that. And that's just what I've noticed. You know, it's not always the most attractive thing to be out there talking about your faith. So, you know, that's one thing that I've definitely had to do the last couple of years, is just take a cold hard look and just say, like, listen, I can't pretend that this was my doing. You know, I look at all the things that have happened to me in my career, and all the places that God's taken me, and when it looked like I was down and out, I use this season as a perfect example. You know, being released by the Yankees in June, having 2 home runs, and really hitting poorly. The phone wasn't ringing either, and you know, so to have an opportunity with the Phillies, it's not by my doing, and I you know, have to recognize that. But as far as a light bulb going off, like I said, it was a point for me. I think it happened in Durham actually in 2011. You know, I always say this because ironically I turned around and had one of the best years of my career. I was just kind of sitting in a hotel room, and I was tired of the up and down. I was tired. I think I had a bad game, and I was just praying. I was like, God, I'm just I'm so unhappy. Everything, all my happiness is determined by whether I got a hit or not. I think it just kind of broke me down eventually. So, obviously some nights of prayer and reading the good book, kind of turned that around for me, and I just realized that my happiness doesn't have to be, relied on how I did that night in the stat book. That I have a lot to be grateful for. I have a lot to be thankful for.
The 28th of November, the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. Hi, everybody. And I'm not a fan of Black Friday. It usually costs me lots of money, and it's a day of aggravation that plays with my nerves. Tree day. My tree goes up and lights are put up. It is supposed to be fun, but I don't think so. It always turns into a project, and it reminds me amazingly that my parents did this in one night while we were sleeping. Tree, trains, lights, and the whole platform 3 days before Christmas. Mother of God, those were the days when the Christmas season started on Thanksgiving Day. Now Christmas carols are being heard before Halloween. I think it stinks. Totally ridiculous. Well, I guess you should know that my tree is going up today, and as usual, it's a bigger project than ever. Anyway, let's recap. Last Friday night, Crestwood's fantastic football season ended at 11-1 when they lost to 11-1 Bethlehem Catholic. The Comets trailed 20-0 in the first quarter, but they battled back to forge into the lead, 28-27, before the Golden Hawks scored the game's final 15 points to advance. The game was played at Bernie Krim Stadium in Allentown on a very cold night. Comets running back Frank Eideldinger finished his brilliant high school career with 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. He has rushed for over 2,200 yards this season. Crestwood's regular season record over the last 4 years is 36-4, but this past season was Crestwood's best season in school history. Old Forge, who was 11-0, could not compete with South Williamsport, now 12-0. The Blue Devils lost 40-0. They're 25-2 over the last 2 seasons. South Williamsport has a running back who has scored 58 touchdowns so far this season. He will go over 8,000 yards rushing for his career in his next game. So Dunmore is really the only local team that's still alive after they defeated Northwestern Lehigh, the team that ended Marion's season 35-27. What else? Hazelton Penn State Junior Alexis Daly surpassed the 1,000-point plateau at Martz Hall in Pottsville, and the big Penn State football team lost to Illinois in Champaign 16-14. They're 6-5, and Notre Dame lost to Louisville 31-28, their 3rd straight loss and their 4th loss in their last 5 games. They're now 7-4 after a 6-0 start. The Pinstripe Bowl in the Bronx is starting to look like a good possibility. Both should lose tomorrow, but at this point, it really doesn't matter. I got to get back to my project. Enjoy the rest of Black Friday till Monday. Be a good sport and stay loose.
Be happy, it's Friday, and go to Bottlenecks for half-price happy hour starting at 6 p.m. They have live music and half-price appetizers. Ron Marchetti, the Scrooge of Black Friday. Humbug. Wow. All right, that is it for FYI. Enjoy your weekend. Lobster eel sandwiches for everyone. Take it easy.